When going through a divorce, the question of what happens to the marital home comes up. In most states, there are three options. In this video, I'll go over those with you. Welcome. I'm Stacy Horton, your Lifeline to Home Realtor with Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realty. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So the first option, if you're getting divorced, is one spouse can buy out the other spouse. And usually that's about could be over or a little bit under half of what the home's real value is. And note, any monetary assets involved in the divorce you cannot use to buy out the other spouse. A new mortgage may be obtained, and it has to be done completely on your salary only, or your income. Let me not just say salary, because you could have other income. The second one is one spouse stays in the marital home for a specific period of time. This is usually whoever is awarded custody. And this is just so that any underage children that are living in the home, they could stay in the home to help keep some type of stability for them. And then that way they could stay in the same school and around their friends. Once the youngest child does turn 18, it's usual that that's when the home is sold. And the proceeds will then be split between the two ex-spouses. But be mindful, in this situation, both spouses may still be financially responsible for the home, and if a mortgage payment is ever late, it will affect both people's credits. The third is to sell the home immediately. And be sure to, if you're doing it on your own, be sure to get your attorneys involved so that they can help assist and document how the proceeds will be split. And side note, if the home has not been your primary residence for at least 2 of the past 5 years, you may not be able to take advantage of the property gains tax exclusion. But you need to talk to a tax professional to get clarity on your specific situation. So if the spouses can agree between themselves regarding what will happen to the home and other real property, it's very likely that the courts will go ahead and approve that settlement agreement. However, if the couple is unable to come to an agreement, the court will decide. State law governs property ownership and asset division, during a divorce. Your state will follow either community or equitable distribution property laws. For example, if you're in a community property state, you and your spouse will split divorce assets in half. This could mean that you and your spouse are both entitled to 50% of the equity in the home. In an equitable distribution state, a judge will decide how the property is divided, and they will divide it fairly, but that does not mean that it's actually even or equal. It just means fair. A court will look at several factors to decide who gets the house and any of the proceeds and how the proceeds are gone. And these factors may include, but aren't limited to, each spouse's financial circumstances. I'm sorry, I'm having a rough time talking today. Each spouse's contributions to the marital home, each spouse's age and physical and mental health conditions, which parent has custody of the couple's minor children, the source of funds for the marital home, and marital misconduct of either spouse, each spouse's employment and job skills, and the value of the home. So I'm in Cobb County, Georgia. And Georgia is an equitable distribution state, which means that all marital property acquired during the marriage is subject to division. An exception to that would be something that was inherited to one of the spouses. So say your grandmother gave you the family dining room set. That would be yours because it was inherited. So the law in Georgia views marriage as a relationship between partners, taking into the account the monetary and non-monetary contributions of each spouse to the family. So that means that even if one was a homemaker and never earned an income, that person is still considered to have contributed to the family's property or the family's wealth and has rights to a percentage of that property. And assets that were earned or acquired by either spouse during the marriage are still considered marital property, even if only one person's name is on the title. So during this time of a divorce, emotions are high, stress is high. It would be very beneficial for you to have a realtor to conduct the sale of your home. And you want someone who is neutral, meaning that you don't possibly want to use a friend of yours they may take sides. You want somebody that can stay neutral, somebody that is very focused on getting your home sold. And when you are communicating with this realtor, I would suggest that it's done either through emails with all parties CC'd in that email, group text messages, or conference calls. This is just to keep any confusion down, any miscommunication down. And I also strongly urge you to seek counsel with a divorce attorney in your state to help assist you with your divorce in your specific location. So if this video was very informative for you, please share and be sure to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about real estate, my email will be in the video description below. You guys have a good one. Bye.